Don't hate me, please. And I almost puked. Oh, this is so hard. Hello YouTubers, and welcome to a new video of Arepas for dinner. So today I bring you a video that I really didn't want to make. That is the 10 things I don't like about the Czech Republic and about Prague. I was really putting this video out, but so many of you wanted to see it. And of course I do have things that I don't like about the Czech Republic. I like so many of them, but of course I dislike some because I'm not from here. Even if you're from here, you're gonna agree with me in so many of these things. Anyway, at the end of this video, I'm gonna leave the video of the 10 things I do like about living in Prague and the 10 things that shocked me when I moved to Prague, all positive, because we need positive energy as well. Let's start with the video. So these 10 things are pretty random. Some of them are about things that Czech people do. Some of them are about things that my apartment has. Some others are about just Prague as a place. So let's start with the number one, and it's blowing your nose in public as a normal thing. I know this is completely normal in Europe and people just blow their nose as they, scratch their eyes. It's nothing weird about it for them, but for me it's super disgusting. In my culture, it's not normal to blow your nose. I know. I was born in a tropical country. We don't get flu that much, maybe. No, we do get flu, but we don't have the need of blowing our nose. And in my culture, it's as well very, very rude to do it in public. So at the beginning, it grossed me out a lot. And then once I remember it even happened on a dinner table and I almost puked. Because for me, it's as bad as pooping in public. I don't know. It was very shocking and it's still terrible. Every time somebody blows their nose, I just have to brace myself to not get sick. That's terrible. Okay. Number two, and this is similar, burping as a normal thing. Then again, in my culture, burping is super wrong. You don't go burping around. It's like farting around. It's the same. And I've seen so many people burp here everywhere. And it grosses me out so bad. I know it's just cultural differences, but gosh, terrible. Not gonna talk more about that. That's just how it is. Number three, take your shoes off in other people's houses. I understand the fact that shoes, and especially in Europe, we walk a lot. We are using public transportation. It's not like in America that we are just from our car to our house, from our house to our car. It's more like you are literally in the street walking and they might be dog poo or something and you're just stepping on it and then you go to your house and you step on it and it's ugh, I get it. In fact, I learned to take my shoes off in my own house. And I completely get it. I even kind of get to take my shoes off if you have carpet in your house. That is yeah, I get it. I was even doing it in US as well. But taking my shoes off when I go to a dinner party or a house party, oh no, I really don't like it. I understand the reason why behind it, but it's not normal in my culture. And it kind of felt very, very wrong for a long time to me. It felt as wrong as if you would come to my house and I would tell you, can you please take your pants off because you're coming from the metro and I don't want you to sit on my couch with your pants. It felt like that. I felt naked and exposed and tiny because I'm pretty tiny. And taking my expensive, beautiful high heels off when getting to somebody's house was the worst. And even worse if I get offered house pantuflas or house slippers. It grosses me out so bad. So bad. I'd rather be barefoot, but sharing sleepers with every guest that goes to your house? No. I even bought myself some little shoes that have a rubber sole and they're pretty. They're pretty nice and small. And every time I go to somebody's house, I just put them in my purse. They're inside shoes. I only use them inside people's houses. And once I get to somebody else's house, I just put them in my purse so I can have shoes that look like shoes, but they're actually inside shoes. And that way everybody's kind of happy. Number four, how much people smoke. So at the beginning, it didn't bother me that much, but with time, it started to bother me more and more. It started to be a problem when you are all sitting inside in a restaurant and then everybody needs to take a smoke break every 10 minutes outside of the restaurant. So at the beginning, it didn't bother me. I was it's culture, doesn't matter. But with time, it starts to be yeah. It's I don't care if you're smoking in a public place. I honestly don't mind that much the smell of cigarettes. Come on, I lived in Spain. Everybody smokes there too. But I do not like the entire breaking the session because people have to go out to smoke. And I even know when I'm doing house parties in the house, everybody's in the balcony because everybody's smoking at the same time. And the balcony is this small. But anyways, everybody's there. And I just I don't love it. Number 5, no music in public spaces. So I honestly don't like, the idiot who's like jogging with the music super loud. It's like, what are you doing? Just wear the headphones. But once you're like in a park with friends, I do like to like play music. Not super loud, not that everybody can hear it, but like, you go to the beach, I like to like play music, not super loud, just something to chill with. Same here, there's no beaches, but if you go to a lake, the same. And here is very, very not normal. So that's something still bothers me because I do need music to like be happy. I love having music around me. Where I come from, you have music in all the restaurants, in all the parties, in all the events. And here you don't even have music in the restaurants. And that, I don't like that. Number 6, and these are things of the apartment that I can do a video on that, but I don't want because everybody's gonna get angry. The washing machines, and I think that's not just from Czech Republic, I think it's from entire Europe, that they're front load and they take 8 hours to wash. And I know a lot of people are gonna say like they save water, and I'm like, yeah, but they do not save energy. So I don't like the washing machines. It takes forever. I'm washing there my towels. I put them at 7 a.m. Right now it's 10:50 a.m. and they're still they're in a washing and drying cycle, so it's gonna take around 6 to 7 hours, and that's forever. And also in the house thing, I don't like that the toilet and the shower are like separate. Go to the bathroom and stay there like 15 minutes or 20 minutes and nobody wonders anything. It's like this entire, like, if you stay too long in the toilet, everybody knows what you've been doing because it's just a toilet. There's no shower. You cannot say, I'm gonna take a shower. I don't know, whatever. And then the last thing of the house that I don't like is the tiny fridges. I understand that American fridges are like way too big sometimes, but these ones are way too small, like way too small. We live only the two of us here in this apartment. We don't have kids yet, but I do cook a lot. And I think this tiny fridge only works if you are a couple that eats out. Like, I don't see a family being able to like use this fridge. In fact, we have a deep freezer here in the balcony because the freezer was so small that I had to go to the supermarket so often to buy the things that I wanted to eat. That it was so expensive to buy all those things every time I wanted to eat them because I couldn't have like a lot of food frozen. And that's just probably because I'm like from America as a continent and we do have big fridges. And so that's the apartment part. I'm sorry I'm being so negative. 7, how expensive it is to learn Czech. That's something I was not expecting. So everybody tells me, so Czech language is very hard, right? And I'm more like, no, Czech language is very expensive. That's what it is. Because nothing is very hard at the end if you try your best, if you invest the amount of hours that you have to invest. But to learn a language, you need a lot of hours. And to have that amount of hours to learn it into a basic level here, you would have to invest $4,000. Because a course that gives you a minimum level costs $2,000. It's an intensive course every day, whatever, But keep in mind that salaries here are around $1,200 before taxes and rents are around $1,000. So pretty much saving that money to learn the language is crazy hard. And I think Czech language is not easy. Of course, it requires a lot of time, but it requires a lot of money. And I think that's why so many expats are unable to learn the language. And no, having a cheap class once a week is never going to teach you Czech. You have to invest yourself in it, and investing yourself in it is too expensive. Number 8, I think everybody's going to relate to this, even Czech people, that is low salaries. So salaries in the Czech Republic are lower than in the rest of Europe, and that's not great because rents are also higher than in many places around Europe. So I'm going to read here a little bit because I put it here. So you have high taxes. You have a VAT, or like IVA in Spanish, of 21% in pretty much everything. So let's say that your salary is 35,000 crowns. You actually are costing the company not 35,000 but 46,000. The difference, 11,000, they are paying on taxes and health for you, but then you also have to pay around 7,000 from those 35 out of pocket. So at the end, you are gonna get 26,000 to your pocket, and you actually cost 46,000, but you're only gonna get 26 in your pocket, which is huge. Wow, it's like a huge chunk. So a lot of people say like social health, like you have like public health, that's great, and it's for free. And it's like, well, it's not for free. I mean, you're paying like, I think it's around 4,500 if I'm not wrong. That's like $220. So only on social health without taxes or anything. So that's like an expensive insurance. Don't think that public health is just like, oh, public health. It's expensive, public health. I'm not going to talk about public health because I know how people feel about it. But just think that free doesn't exist and the money always comes out of somewhere and usually is out of your pocket. Low salaries is something I don't like about Czech Republic. I think everybody can agree with me. Number 9, how expensive clothes and shoes and pretty much any item are here in comparison to other places in Europe. And that is a conversation that I have a lot with the expats. Like if you want to buy here a TV, you find that it's great. You got it in Alza, whatever store. And then you can find the exact same TV in Amazon, 10 to 15 to 20% cheaper. So that was like a huge thing. Clothing items are very expensive. Electronic items are very, very expensive. And that's something that, you know, the low salaries and then the expensive things. And the last one is just stupid, but I wanted to put it there. We don't have an Apple store. And that's something I really don't like. We don't have Primark and we don't have Apple Store. And those are two things. But I know Primark is coming because I saw it somewhere. And it's coming to the city center. And I'm very excited for that because I love Primark. You know, when I was living in the US, I used to buy like all my t-shirts and pants and everything like in Walmart. So I honestly don't care about brands. So I don't care about buying all my clothes in Primark. I'm happy with that. But I do miss an Apple Store here. We don't have an Apple Store because we are not an interesting market. And I'm so sorry to be so negative, and these 10 things are just things that, you know, it is how it is. And at the end, every place that you live in is gonna have good things and bad things. These are just like some of the negative aspects of living in the Czech Republic. And of course, they're not gonna be negative for everybody. Some of the people are gonna be like, I don't care about that. For me, it's perfect. And I get it. But those are just the negatives about living here for me. I think the biggest negative about Czech Republic is money, and that's it. It's hard to make money, it's kind of expensive, and people when they come here they say, oh, Czech Republic is so cheap, and you have to be aware of that because Czech Republic is inexpensive in two main things, that is eating out and drinking out, or drinking in as well, drinking. And those are like two things that I really, really love, that they're very inexpensive because I do love eating out. I do love going to bars and restaurants. I do love drinking out, clubbing, and that's very inexpensive. But besides that, I mean, I did a comparison video about how much it costs to go to the grocery store here, and it was a little bit more expensive than in US. Then the rent is of course cheaper than in US, and buying real estate right now is the same price as, I believe, like Paris and London. So it's a little bit crazy. So I guess the economical part, I don't love it. But you have another perk that is, I love the beer here, I love the people here, and I love so many other things. So watch that video here. I'm gonna put it somewhere around and check out what are the great things about living in Prague in the Czech Republic. And that was it, guys. I'm sorry for the negative video, but so many of you asked for it. Don't hate me, don't give me hell, please. I'm just trying to be honest and trying to, you know, be fair about what I like and what I don't like about Czech Republic. So that was it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I do videos like this every week. I do videos every Tuesday and every Friday. Usually they're vlogs, they're travel vlogs, or they're food related, or they're videos like this, list things about Czech Republic. I know you all love them, so I love making them. So yeah, great. And that's it. See you next Tuesday with a new video. Bye.